Right, Stu Armstrong here with a question answer session with David the Beast Radford. As advertised, James McCrory was meant to be here as well. Unfortunately, he got tied up in Newcastle and couldn't make it. But we'll be catching up with him pretty soon. So we're here with the Mercury Sport Network and Big Bad Bare Knuckle Kings with Dave. How are we doing, Dave?
I'm doing grand, thanks.
Great stuff. It's a little bit odd for me, like what I was saying before. It's sort of, I've followed you for a long time. It's a bit like sitting next to a legend. It's so a question that it's something somebody's tweeted in, but it's something I've sort of heard of as well. It can't really be true that when you got the call to fight Roberto Doran, you're actually plastering a wall in South Yorkshire.
I was, yeah. It's very true. I was plastering at my sister's house, luckily enough, because I had to go back and knock the plaster off. But I was plastering at my sister's house, the phone call came. The trainer wouldn't tell me straight away what it was.
Yeah.
So I had to leave the wall and go. And when I got up there, we in 3 hours on motorway travelling to Heathrow. And then next minute I went ring with Doran next day.
And you give him a run for his money as well, didn't you?
Yeah, I went distance swim, but that was some fight. Never, I know the different class in world class and obviously British title level and things, but never been it as hard as that. It was a lot, very hard work. You know what I mean? Fitness, eat as well out there in Africa, and it was a brilliant experience. You know, an absolutely lovely guy. I met him maybe 6 times now, and absolutely lovely guy.
I mean, I've seen photographs when you met him, I think it was about a year or so ago, and you look like sort of old friends, but you look really happy.
Yeah, brilliant he is. He's a great guy. And last time I was with him, short, not so long since, just before Christmas, and he was telling me he was taking me home. He said he's coming back to with me, like Panama, you know, somewhere he's from, and he says, I'm taking him back with me, I'm taking him back. we get on, we have a good laugh and that, and he's got plenty of time for me. It's nice, you know what I mean. He did give me the 3rd time I met him. He gave me a replica of his belt that he actually fights. So obviously he won't have the real ones, but he takes a replica and he signed it to me to debut with me in Africa, Roberto Doran, and that's unbelievable. You know, I've got your man's belt. You know what I mean? It's brilliant to have.
Isn't that? So he's famous for knocking out a horse, but he didn't manage to knock you out.
No, but I don't know. He did tell me a good few times, you know. But I'm just praying, please, you know, don't knock me out. I want to go distance, and I did. I went the distance with him, and it means a hell of a lot to me, you know. To that when people mention me fight career, and they say, well, who do you fight? Were they any good? And that's what I thought, Roberto Doran.
You don't get much better than that.
No, there's a lot of people don't really believe it. You can see him say, alright, and they think, this kid's lying, like that. It's there on YouTube.
I'll watch it. It's cracking. Another question came in from the Twitter feed even, from Gemma J. Where do you see the sport of BKB within the next 5 years?
Well, I don't think, and I hope it's getting a lot more out there and better, and it's getting well organised now. And these shows, I mean, when I'm fighting in a couple of weeks, I'm fighting James, and it's in a big hotel. There's a lot of people out there think that it's illegal, like medical fighting. They've got it all wrong. But I do think if this keeps going as it is, I'm hoping that it could be televised one day. You know, in Britain on television, it'd be absolutely great. But I'm getting a bit too old for it now. But I've always could turn the clock back. But I do think, and I'm hoping, I'm praying, that's what we're going to be seeing. So, you know, I want sports over here.
I think it seems to be getting that way. I mean, I go to a lot of boxing shows, some pro, some unlicensed, and I think the medical care in bare knuckle, especially with Big Bad, it's better than what I've seen on some of the pro shows. And people will be amazed. Another question through the Twitter feed from Matthew Kenny. I thought we might get this one. It's not strictly on you and James, but who wins, Ferry or Haig?
I've never seen Haig fight, to be honest with you, but I do see Michael Ferry as a brilliant bare knuckle fighter. I must say, I watched him. I think I watched most of his fights, and the kid is a brilliant fighter, and I do think he's going to take some beating. I do think he's going to take some beating. He's strong, you know, and he's got all his boxing skill in a way, his fighting skill. I do think he's going to take some beating. I'm just glad I'm not as heavy as him.
He's training like a beast at the minute. Friend of mine, Paul Charters, who's the next European contender. Yeah. He's doing road work with him in the mornings and things like that.
Yeah.
It's really good.
It's somebody I'm going to follow because obviously I don't think he's going to take some beating.
Yeah.
I don't.
Again, another one from a Twitter feed from somebody you know quite well. Scott Midgley goes under the pretty boy at times.
He's not really pretty boy.
Well, he's not, but he likes to think he is. Do you prefer fighting in hay bales or fighting in a ring?
To be honest with you, I've had years and years of fighting in the box ring, and yeah, I can box, but I don't like to get stuck in. So I'd say I like to fight in the pit, the hay bales. But I've fought James McCorry, for instance, on a dance, 2 times in bales, I think I have, yeah. And so it's going to be different in a boxing ring, and I'm glad really now it's going to be in a boxing ring because people want to see that, and that's when it's going to go forward. When they see it back in bales of straw and pits, I don't think it's going to be accepted as much. So I don't think it'll be better in the boxing ring. It's just boxing but without gloves on, and I don't think. But so yeah, I don't with that one. Myself, I like being a pit.
Yeah.
But that suits me. But like if I were fighting Scott, I'd like to fight Scott in a pit rather than in a ring because it's quick and things. So in a ring, he'd be in and out and picking me off. Yeah. Whereas in a tight space, I'd have a better fight with Scott in a tight space, and I'd hate to be fighting in a boxing ring. You know what I mean? I'm
really looking forward to a fight with James. I mean, when you say to be in a ring, I think the thing is with both of you both can really box as well.
Yeah, that's it. So it's going to be. I mean, I hope that he don't knock me out, and I hope I don't knock him out. I'm hoping we go the distance, and I can't see it beating the second fight we ever had. That's going to take some beating, but I'm hoping it's something near it. Do you know what I mean?
Well, that's a question I was going to ask. I mean, when I first sort of became aware of Knuckle, it was I watched the Knuckle film, and then I googled it, and the first fight I came across was the second fight with you and James.
Yeah.
And I've been pretty much hooked since then. Yeah. And do you think that could be better?
I hope it does because, geez, I mean, there's not much fight left in me now. Like I'm getting old, and I don't want to continue. But as I say, there's too many young lads out there now just a minute. But
I'll still mess with you.
But I do think that if it being in a boxing ring, it could be nice. But I don't being in a pit. A lot of people want to see that aggressive and pit fight and everything. But so we don't know. But this could be another one. It's a classic boxing match, bare knuckle fight, but in a boxing ring. You know what I mean? So, but if there's any man can give me a fight like that as we did, so that's why I picked him. I wasn't going to fight again, and I've said I'm fighting because I know that man can give me a good hard scrap.
Definitely. It must be pretty hard. I mean, I know talking to James, he doesn't call you his friend, he calls you his brother.
Yeah.
How does it feel sort of being so close and fighting?
I don't know, because I think bloody hell, when I see him, I want to hug him. Do you know what I mean? He's bloody hell, he's been in this pub with me more times, like drinking with me and things in there. But we both, when I went up to James a while back, and I said, look, James, I think they're going to be asking us to fight again, and we said, look. So we both said, we wouldn't fight unless this much money's involved. So I thought, right, that's it. Nobody will match that money, and then they have. So we've got to fight. But it's not the money with me with this one. The thing is this might be my last fight because I'm knocking on a bit. And what I think is, if ever I could have to fight someone who can give me a proper good hard fight, which I want, I'm hoping that's what's going to happen. I'm going to go in there with James McCorry, definitely, because he's one hard man. He is,
massively. I know it's speaking from a fan side of things as well. That's the fight that the fans all want to see as well.
Yeah, and it is. I want to try and give him that before I finish. You know what I mean? That'd be great. Yeah.
Have you got any pre-fight rituals that you normally do?
No, I
normally run away, but
I'm just up on the morning, day at fighting, my breakfast and things, and maybe chill out, watch On the Bus of Coronation Street or Emmerdale. I'm a big fan of that, so I just mainly do that and everything. And I'm away to fight, and as I said, I just sit about. I don't take things really serious enough, and it's same with a lot of fighters. You know, when I've had 160 fights, it's just a matter of you're in, that's it, and that's what I do. You know, I don't ever think, you know, I ain't done this properly, I ain't done that properly, or things. I've just having so many fights, I think.
I think maybe if you sort of thought about it in depth and maybe dwelled on it a little bit, it might not be the same.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I mean, you get them nerves come obviously because I think every fighter, a few fighters say I'm not nervous and that, but I think every fighter will get nervous. And if I ever went into a fight where I didn't feel nervous, then I'd be worried then. Do you know what I mean? Although you don't get them little thoughts.
I think a little bit of nerves can be good. You know how to control them, sort of thing. Yeah. We've had this question come in from absolutely loads of people. You know the walkout song, Foggy Dew? Foggy Dew, yeah. Why did you choose that?
It's an old song, and I've always liked it. I mean, my grandparents, both sides Irish, you know, Irish, so I've always had my old Irish songs. But I used to see a group called the Dawn Green Stompers, and they were brilliant. And they did sing this song, the Foggy Dew, and it was a faster version, the one that I come out to. And it's like men going into battle in a way and things in a way. The song's brilliant, I love it. So I've always, for a long time, going to boxing ring as well as going to Knuckle and Cage. I've always come out to it. So that's one of me, going back to that question earlier, then, you know, that's something I must have when I go in. But I have thought a few times to not go into any songs because sometimes I can't bother. So that won't be, if I end up not going into the fight with that song, it won't ever bother me. But it's something I do like, and I respect the song, and it makes me feel good going into that ring then. Do you know what I mean?
I've sort of, the odd time I've heard it when it hasn't been much one of your fights, it sort of just reminds you going into battle sort of thing. It sort of gets you on a little bit.
Yeah.
I think it's anything that really sort of spurs you on, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Obviously, I mean, you've been, I think you said just there you had 160 fights. You've been in the fight game a long time. What's your sort of motivation for staying in bare knuckle for so long?
Well, I just think I don't want to give up. I'm scared of being forgot. You know, I know I'll never be forgot, but I don't see any end. I laugh at a joke when the people say to me, you know, when you're going to retire, and I said, well, 65, you know, retirement age. But I still feel fit and things like that. But the problem is now is when I'm going to go into gym training, especially this fight, I am taking some hard shots. You know what I mean? And people that see you fight and they think, you know, oh, I took a few hard shots then. But I'm taking a lot more in sparring. And I know I'll be honest with you now, my memory, I'm not putting down a boxing, anything. I had a bad accident a long time back, head injury, but my memory's shocking. And what I don't ever want to get at Sagri, I forget the main things in life, my kids and things like that. But that's another thing is I don't want to be retiring soon, and that's why I think this could be my last fight, like, you know what I mean? And as I say, going back to it, I'm only fighting this time because that man can give me a great fight. Yeah. And that's why I'm fighting.
That's how you can see a million miles away, mutual sort of respect and friendship there.
Yeah, it's doing me a favour. Yeah. Because both of us fighting because it's my last thing, you know, and it's going to be great. And if ever I could have anything, it'd be just like that second fight, you know what I mean? So you have to see how it is, you know.
Yeah. I mean, obviously you're the middleweight title holder at the minute, and I mean, if you won over James, I mean, do you think you would go back into retirement, or do you think you would carry on? Or
I don't think I would, because I think I'd retire because I was retiring until we got asked to fight James, and I just thought, you know, that'd be a cracking fight, you know. I didn't think we'd ever fight again, so I just thought, you know, it would be one last thing. So I don't think. I mean, there's a lot of great fighters out there, and the problem is you know, I'm 46 this month, and they're a lot younger than me. I don't feel young, I don't feel and that, but I think it's a young man's game now. This definitely a young man's game.
There's a lot more young fighters coming through, sort of like a new breed, like Scott Midgley, Ross Ginnett, that sort of person. I mean, how do you think you'd rate against, for instance, somebody like Scott if you got in together with the age difference?
Yeah, the age difference, and Scott's an hard lad, but as I say, a drop of a pin, your man would fight me tomorrow, you know what I mean? And like I say, he's got that keenness, whereas I got that keenness, but I don't think, as I say, if I were to fight Scott, which I don't think, as I say, I don't think he'll be fighting anymore after this one, I don't think he'd fight me in a pit, not in the boxing ring, because with a lot of fighters, that speed does a lot of damage. Yeah. And I've seen Scott a good few times, and I think we're saying, this kid's going to be holding a title soon, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise us.
Yeah.
Definitely wouldn't surprise us. I mean, that shows, a lot of people think sort of bare knuckle fighters and things like that. A lot of people think they're not sort of too bright, but that shows you, that's the intelligent sort of thinking and planning. You want to fight one person in the ring against their style, another in bales or something like that. So, a question that I like to always ask sort of fighters when I'm doing radio interviews, who would have been your dream fight sort of at your prime and their prime? Who would you most like to fought? Or would it have been Roberto, Doran, and you've done it?
In the boxing scene, I got two heroes, and my hero was Marvin Hagler. I was when I was younger watching boxing, was Marvin Hagler, and then when Marvin faded away a little bit, my next fighter, which I thought was a great fighter, was Steve Collins. I met him, I met them all, you know what I mean, and I haven't got Steve's phone number, but I don't think he's a great guy, Steve. As well as Marvin. I met Marvin a few times and absolutely great, and they're my heroes, you know what I mean, and it's nice. But another hero of mine is James Quinn, and I couldn't believe the night I met him, and he come up to me and he says, "Can I have a photo with you, Dave?" I said, "You're joking?" I said, "My hero, you want a photo with me?" It's been great, you know what I mean, but there's some good fighters out there, but out of them, I'd turn around and said, I'd have loved to have fought Marvin Hagler. Yeah. You know what I mean? As a fighter, I'd have loved to have fought Marvin Hagler. As I say, he would have given me the fight set, but James would give me the fight that I want. You know what I mean? So,
if it was in bare knuckle, I think I probably will answer the question here himself. Your dream fight with anybody in the prime?
Well, as I say, he'd have to be James because I'm away like that. There's one or two fighters that I'd avoid as well, but as I said, the guy this is what I've come back for this time is because I know that guy's going to be a great fight. Yeah.
Obviously, there seems to be in some people's minds a bit of a stigma still with bare knuckle boxing, but there's a massive sort of proven sort of medical facts that it's actually safer long term than glove boxing. It still gets a lot of critics sort of bare knuckle. I mean, what would you say to them?
I think a lot of people think, I mean, for instance, a friend of mine, I said, you know, he come to this fight and that, he said, "Oh, bloody hell, Dave, I'm worried about trouble and things like that." And I said, "Pete," I says, "it's just like going to, you know, when I was a fight professional, I fought at Norfolk Gardens at Radford, I'd say, just like fighting a normal box match, you have the paramedics here and everything, your ambulance, and people don't see that it's well organised and well looked after. And all it is just fighting without boxing gloves on. But there's an issue in boxing gloves and an issue with bare fists, you know, and do you take more damage with the bare fist than the gloves? When I say not cuts or anything, to the brain. Nobody really knows that, and well, they said that the bare fist don't do as much damage.
That's what I've read quite a lot of things about that, to do with the spread of the glove and the way it would rattle the brain sort of thing.
And as I say, I've been to many boxing matches, and I've been to bare knuckle fight. I've never seen so much respect, and never seen any trouble. And I think it's well organised. I think it's brilliant.
Yeah, I think it's more sort of friendly and more respectful than professional boxing, white collar or anything. You know, one of the big bad shows, I took a friend of mine along from Peep Magazine to take some shots, and he goes to all the boxing shows and things like that, and he was really a little bit sort of apprehensive about it. And don't think it helped when he walked in. The first person he bumped into was Sean Smith.
Yeah.
But at the end of that, he said, I didn't know it would be like this.
Yeah.
And it's the only, since I became involved in it, it's the only sport where you've got the fans there, the sort of heroes they look up to. They all actually end up friends.
Yeah. I met some lovely people in the bare knuckle scene. All the fighters, they've all got respect because they know that it's an hard game, and that whoever's doing it, I know. If I before I fought James, I know that man is an hard man.
Yeah.
For doing this game, so and it's a respect, and the respect with fighters, especially knuckle game, is 100%, and that guy's an hard man.
Yeah.
So it is a respectful game, and I remember fighting in Wales when I fought title. I think I won it in Wales, and I remember police being there and that, and paramedics being there and that, and I just thought, I wish people could see this, because everybody thinks it's against law and all this stuff, and it's not. It's well organised, and I think people who are against it should really have a look at how it's all set up and organised and things like that, and then they might see a difference. You know what I mean?
Well, every time I take somebody who's never been before to a bare knuckle show, they're always completely amazed. The ones who've been the hooked.
Yeah.
Absolutely hooked.
Yeah, I think you'll get a lot more respect. I'm not saying that boxing you don't get that respect between two fighters after the fight, but with bare knuckle fighting, I've become friends with James. James going out drinking with James and things. Friends with Seth Jones, you know what I mean, and Tom Lester Bulldog and Danny Drake. They're all.
Yeah.
We've never, we shook hands on that day, and every time we see each other at fights, we always go cuddle and shake hands. You know what I mean? It's brilliant. It's brilliant.
So, how's your training coming on for this fight with James? Do you train sort of differently than you did when you were in the programme a lot of years ago when you were younger even? Or?
I'm doing more or less the same. I'm doing a hell of a lot of sparring, and it's great because I mean the sparring partner I've got for this fight is I think he's 6'2", 6'3", where James is I think 6'4", so he's long and it's very awkward to hit.
Yeah.
So everything's perfect for me. This thing I've been training and running. So as I say, I wasn't really training for a lot of my fights in the knuckle scene, whereas this one I know I want it to be a corker, so I've had to do that, but I haven't been as fit as I want. It's just I don't want these let me down, and cheekbones, but
you're looking well, you're looking sort of fit.
Yeah, I've lost just over a stone now, so just about a stone, so and I feel good. I feel young again. You know what I mean? So it should be a cracking fight.
Yeah,
a cracking fight.
But what I mentioned again, sort of bare knuckle, a lot of people haven't been and they don't know what it's like. Obviously, it's moving on to sort of pay-per-view TV with Mercury Sport now. We're going to have people all the way around the world sort of watching that. How do you feel about that with this massive audience, or are you used to that from being in the program?
I'm used to it from the boxing, but I'm glad that it's getting out there because I'd love to be able to sit down and put my television on and see Scott Misley fight, or I don't know, James is still training with him for a while, but Michael Ferrer, I'd love to just switch telly on and sit down and support them. Do you know what I mean? Because when I retire, I think I've got to come out of the game altogether. Because if not, I'll still be there at 65. So it'd be great just to sit down and put telly on and see friends on there. Do you know what I mean? It'd be lovely.
I've got a feeling you're going to be the oldest bare knuckle pensioner, to be honest. I can't see you retiring, to be honest. Definitely not.
I think I've had 4 retirement dues, proper dues, surprise parties.
Oh, so you just retired to get the parties to do?
No, but I know this is hopefully this is going to be my last one.
Yeah.
Because it's what he can give me. That might give me a great fight. And that's one more just to say, great cracking fight. Then I've got to let go. Then I'm off with my grandkids, taking them fishing or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I
like the way you smile there when you mention your grandkids as well.
Yeah. I've got a grandson. I've got a granddaughter. She's 9, and my grandson is 2.5. And no disrespect to the game, boxing or bare knuckling, but I'm hoping that lad never puts a pair of gloves on in his life or bare knuckles. if I can like to get into rugby or something. You know, not because it's a bad game or anything, but it's or anything like that. It's just I do think there's a lot more money in the bare knuckle in the rugby or something like that than what I've done in the. I mean, most I've ever done in boxing, I think, was 16,000 out of one fight. Like, but you know, it's just one of the things, isn't it? But money wise, but I'd rather have him into rugby or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's. I mean, you'd be your family. You'd hate to see them hurt. I mean, I've got 3 sons. Ben, Luca, and Saul, the younger ones. They like boxing, and in a million years, I would hate to see them in a boxing ring and actually get hurt. Yeah. That's just about all that we've got time for. Yeah. So the fight's going to be on the 16th of May, and it'll be on live on Mercury Sport Network. So thank you very much, Dave.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Cheers, mate.